Today's big news. Kody plays Janelle with Humiliating Proposal? Sister Wives Season 19. In the latest season of Sister Wives, Kody Brown's attempts to mend fences with his estranged wife, Janelle Brown, are being met with skepticism by fans who see his actions as self-serving. Many viewers feel that Kody's recent efforts to reconnect with Janelle aren't driven by genuine reconciliation but instead by a desire to maintain the narrative of their family dynamic on the TLC series. With his plural marriage crumbling around him, Kody appears to be grasping at straws, hoping to rebuild some semblance of a united family, but fans see his actions as tone-deaf and out of touch. Kody Brown's rocky ride in Sister Wives Season 19. Season 19 shows a very different Kody Brown from the one fans once knew. Initially, he directed anger and harsh words at his 3 former wives, blaming them for the unraveling of his family. Yet, as the episodes progress, Kody's tone appears to shift. Rather than the accusatory approach he took early on, he's softened when talking about the women who have left him: Christine, Janelle, and Mary. This change in behavior hasn't convinced everyone, however, as many fans believe Kody's newfound gentleness may be more strategic than heartfelt. Viewers watched as Kody and his current wife, Robin, openly discussed ways to persuade Janelle to remain in a plural marriage. Robin, who often seems to act as Kody's confidant and advisor, nudged him to make amends, encouraging him to try to bring Janelle back into the fold. This echoed her earlier attempt to get Mary to reconcile with Kody, even though he had clearly told Mary that he was done with her. Failed attempts to reconnect with his ex-wives. Kody's latest attempt at reconciliation involved meeting Janelle for lunch, where he floated the idea of mending their marriage. Armed with hopes of rekindling their relationship, Kody appeared to have a vision of unity that no longer aligned with Janelle's reality. This moment in the show felt to fans like the end of a failed rodeo, with Kody's attempts to rope his former wives back in falling flat. Janelle, much like the viewers, could see through his proposal, understanding that it was unlikely to address the real issues that drove them apart. Kody's attempts to reconcile with Janelle came off as clumsy and insincere, and many fans felt he missed the mark entirely. Janelle had already made it clear that she had no interest in a plural marriage that seemed to prioritize Robin over everyone else. The unequal dynamics had become a deal-breaker for her, and her patience with Kody's favoritism had run out. Janelle wanted to focus on her fair share of the family's assets rather than on Kody's desire for reconciliation. Janelle's unique stance among the sister wives. Among the 3 wives who left, Janelle's departure was perhaps the most complex. While Christine was resolute about leaving and Mary eventually made the difficult decision to exit the marriage, Janelle seemed more conflicted. She grappled with whether to leave Kody or give their relationship one last chance. Mary, meanwhile, had a different experience. Her departure carried emotional and religious weight. She had sought a formal release from their church, a move that deeply embarrassed Kody. When church leaders informed him that Mary's separation would be granted and charged him with abandonment, Kody was devastated. This label went against his personal belief that he would never leave any of his wives, regardless of how difficult things became. Janelle's situation, however, differed significantly. Her separation from Kody was rooted not in religious disillusionment or the desire for freedom from a long-deteriorating relationship, but in her frustration with Kody's continued preference for Robin. She resented the double standards in their marriage and questioned Kody's commitment to the family as a whole. This favoritism became the catalyst for her decision to walk away. Kody's blind spots in his marriage to Janelle. At their lunch date, Kody sidestepped Janelle's concerns about financial fairness, instead steering the conversation toward the possibility of fixing their marriage. However, Janelle had reached a point where Kody's words no longer held sway over her decisions. She was firm in her desire for equitable access to the family's assets, signaling a shift in priorities. Kody's plea for reconciliation appeared almost clueless to fans, as he failed to understand that Janelle's frustrations extended beyond mere marital issues. For Janelle, the underlying problem wasn't just about the marriage but about Kody's lopsided loyalty. While Kody envisioned himself as the family patriarch, his actions consistently contradicted this, especially in his preferential treatment of Robyn. Janelle's sense of betrayal had deepened to the point that even Kody's promise of commitment couldn't restore her trust. Fans' reactions to Kody's reconciliation efforts. Sister Wives * fans were quick to criticize Kody's latest attempts to win back Janelle, with many labeling his actions as desperate and tone-deaf. On social media, viewers pointed out that Kody's efforts seemed more about maintaining appearances than genuine introspection or remorse. Fans feel that Kody is too focused on preserving the idea of a plural family, failing to recognize the legitimate grievances of his ex-wives. As season 19 unfolds, Kody's struggle to come to terms with the consequences of his actions remains apparent. Instead of making peace with the choices of his ex-wives, Kody seems fixated on bringing them back, despite their clear stance on independence and self-respect. In his pursuit of keeping the family together, Kody continues to overlook the reality that his former wives no longer wish to be part of a plural marriage that fails to prioritize them equally. A difficult path forward. For Janelle, Christine, and Mary, the decision to leave wasn't easy, but it was a necessary step towards finding happiness and autonomy outside of Kody's world. Kody's reluctance to accept this new reality reflects his struggle to adapt to life after plural marriage. While he tries to hold on to the remnants of his family structure, his ex-wives are embracing the freedom to chart their own paths. In Sister Wives, Janelle Brown struggles to feel heard by her ex-husband, Kody Brown. Recently, she urged him to pay off Coyote Pass to prevent losing the land, emphasizing that she needed her financial contributions returned, including the loan she provided to help buy Robyn's house. However, fans speculate that Kody's real motivation to reconnect with Janelle goes beyond finances. They believe he may hope that having Janelle back in his life could also help repair his strained relationships with their children. Kody expressed frustration about his children's distance, stating, "They've shut me out." He suggested that without Janelle's support, bridging this gap would be nearly impossible. Notably, during his attempts to win her back, Kody never mentioned love or romance, which only made his intentions seem more transparent to viewers. For Janelle, it was clear that Kody's approach lacked the emotional connection she deserved, leading her to stand firm in her decision to stay separated. Almost 2 years after filming this scene, Janelle remains independent, showing she saw through Kody's motives and refused to be drawn back into the relationship on terms that served only him. Almost 2 years after filming this scene, Janelle remains independent, showing she saw through Kody's motives and refused to be drawn back into the relationship on terms that served only him.